Hi, hello, I am Prafulla Kumar. I am lecturer in chemistry. Today I am discussing the topic from chemical technology and chemical pesticide and chemical society. So, it is a program BSc, 6th semester chemistry. The topic is proteins and nucleic acids. So, before I am going to discuss, main thing is what is a protein, what are the vital role and components of all the life. So, proteins are it's a building blocks of amino acids. It's a no living part of the human body or any other organisms completely without protein. There is protein in blood, muscles, brain, and even tooth enamel. The smallest cellular organisms, bacteria, contain proteins. Viruses so small that they can make bacteria look like giants are little more than proteins and nucleic acids, a combination that is the stuff of life itself. Proteins are serves as the structural material of animals much as cellulose does in the plants. Muscle tissues are largely in proteins and our skin or hair. Muscle tissues like different types of proteins, striated muscle, smooth muscles are different types of proteins are largely contained in the body. Silk, wool, nails, claws, feathers, horns, and hooves are proteins. All proteins contain elements of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and sulfur. Most of also contain it is the presence of sulfur atom. So next move on to the like starch and cellulose. These are proteins are polymers. They differ from other polymers that we have studied in that manner, and the monomer units are about 20 different amino acids are joined together to form a differ in the polymers. The amino acid differ in side chain. The amino acid has two functional groups, that is one NH2 group and another one is carboxyl group attached to the same carbon atom. Here we observing the functional group of amino acids, that is one is NH2 group in the left side and right side containing a carboxylic group, that is called carbon to nitrogen bonding is always called as a peptide bond. So normally we call it as a amino acid. So the peptide bond and peptides and proteins. The human body contains 10,000s of different proteins. Each of has a tailor made up set of proteins or polyamides. The amide linkage is called a peptide bond. Here we show the shaded part of the structure of the below. When it is joins two when it is joins two linkage, the amide linkages of amino acids. Here it is NH2 carbon atom attached in the left side, that is R1 carbon atom, R2 carbon atom containing attached to the another nitrogen. There is a dipeptide bond and also a same carbon atom containing a carboxylic group. So that is in the right side. So note that the molecule it contains dipeptides and also presence of a proteins. So that is normally called as amino acids. These groups can react with other amino acids units. This process can continue until thousands of units have joined to form a giant molecule of polymer is called a protein. So next move on to the structure of protein. So we will examine the structure of proteins in the next section, but first let us look at some molecule called peptides that have only in few amino acid units. When only two amino acids are joined, the product is dipeptide. Listen here, the two peptide bonds are here, it is one peptide bond, here it is another peptide bond. They are bonding together to form dipeptide bond, and simply we call it as a polypeptide. Simply here it is glycyl phenylalanine. So glycine is a structural formula of NH2 CH2 COOH. So here whenever combining a phenylalanine group with a loss of water molecule to get glycyl phenylalanine at a compound. So next move on to the next slide. Some protein molecules are enormous with molecular weights in the 10,000s. The molecular formula of hemoglobin, the oxygen carrying protein in the red blood cells. So this is about the structural molecular formula of hemoglobin. It corresponding to the molar mass is maximum up to 64,450 gram per mole. Although they are huge compared without ordinary molecules, a billion average sized protein molecules could still fit on the head of a pin. When molecular weight a polypeptide exceeds about 10,000, it is called a proteins. These distinctions are arbitrary and not always precisely applied. So next move on to the structure and functions of proteins. Here the structure of proteins have organizational levels. One is the primary structure and secondary structure, tertiary structure and quaternary structures are there. They are different type of structure of proteins are called the classification, we call it as a classifications. Here the primary class structure of proteins like the amino acids are linked by peptide bonds to form a polypeptide chains. The primary structure of proteins molecules is simply in the order to its amino acid. By convention, this order is written from the amino end to the carboxylic end. Next, the secondary structure of proteins. Here, the polypeptide chains can fold into a regular structure such as alpha helix like DNA structure and beta pleated sheets. The tertiary structure of proteins folding creates spatial relationships between amino acids units that are relatively far apart in the protein chain. Next, quaternary structures are two or more, so more than two polypeptide chains, not single peptide, it's a polypeptide chains are joined or assembled into multi-unit structure or multi-unit structures are called quaternary structures. Next, move on to the enzymes. Enzymes is highly specialized classes of proteins or biological catalysts produced by cells. They have enormous catalytic power and ordinarily highly specific, catalyzing only one reaction or a closely related group of reactions. Nearly all known enzymes are proteins. So, all known enzymes means we are knowing the enzymes is simply we call it as it is nothing but as a proteins. Next, move on to the nucleic acids. Nucleic acids serves as information and control centers of the cell. There are two kinds of nucleic acids. Deoxyribonucleic acid provides a mechanism of heredity and serves as a blueprint for all the proteins of the organisms. So here the RNA is also a carries out of protein assembly. DNA is coiled thread-like molecule. It is like fring and found mainly in the cell of nucleus. The RNA is found in all parts of the cell where different forms do different jobs. Like different parts means some of the eyes positions are different RNA, blood position different RNA. Their jobs are and the process or functions are different in RNA. Both DNA and RNA chains are repeating units are called nucleotides. So they are repeating units that is called a nucleotides. That each nucleotide in turn consists of three parts: a pentose 5 carbon sugar, a phosphate unit, and heterocyclic amino base. The sugar is either ribose or deoxyribose, whatever. So, looking at sugar in the nucleotide, note that the hydroxyl group on the first carbon atom is replaced by one of five bases. So here that five bases are explaining here the bases with fused rings. They are fused rings adenine and guanine are classified as purines. The pyrimidines cytosine, thymine and uracil have only one ring. The hydroxyl group on the fifth carbon of the sugar, the unit converted into a phosphate group. Here I am showing this the phosphate linkage. Here it is a phosphate linkage that is called phosphate HPO4. Here it is a phosphate group attached to this carbon like a adenosine monophosphate group. So monophosphate means the single phosphate group attached to the adenosine compound. So next here the adenosine phosphate group, it is a blue, and adenine and sugar are black, is in ribose sugar. So next move on to the nucleotides. Nucleotides are joined to one another through their phosphate group to form nucleic acid chains. The phosphate unit on one nucleotide forms an ester linkage with hydroxyl group on the third carbon atom, the sugar unit in a second nucleotide. This is unit in turn joined to another nucleotide, and the process is repeated to build up a long nucleic acid chain. The backbone of the chain consists of alternating phosphate and sugar units, and the heterocyclic bases are branches of this backbone. So here listen, the sugar molecules, and simply that is attached here, it is a sugar molecule, here it is a P like a phosphate group. The adenine guanine are the base pairs that are attached to this base. The bases are attached here, and a vast amount of genetic information can be supplied to needed to build living organisms is stored in primary structure of sequence. The sequence 4 bases along the nucleic acid strand. Not surprisingly, these molecules are huge with molecular masses into the billions of mammalian DNA. The nucleic acid structure. So here the nucleic acid structure, whenever we go to the nucleic acid structure, the double helical structure, that is three-dimensional or secondary structure of DNA, was the subject of an intensive research effort in the late 1940s and early 1950s. Here the experiment shows that molar amount of adenine in DNA corresponding to the molar amount of thymine. Similarly, the molar amount of guanine is the same as that of cytosine. The James and D. Watson and Francis H. Crick determined the DNA must composed of two helicals, that helix wound about one another. That's we call another name we call it as a Watson and Crick model. That is composed by Watson and Francis Crick model. The two strands are anti-parallel. They are opposite to, like a DNA structure is a anti-parallel. Their structure is anti-parallel, double-stranded DNA, and we call it as here that double-stranded DNA. Here it is one is 3 prime, another one is 5 prime. So to get genetical information through this angle, and adenine and guanines are attached to this sequential of nucleotides. So the phosphate group, the sugar is backbone. The polymer chains form outside of the structure, which is rather like spiral staircases. The spiral staircases means here spiral, the coil like structure, that is called as spiral like structure. The heterocyclic amines are paired on the inside with guanine always opposite cytosine and adenine always opposite thymine. In spiral staircase analogy, these base pairs are, see the figure here, this is the structure of DNA, and ATDTA these are the base pairs, and the yellow color like a sugar phosphates of backbone of the base pairs. So here we think this is the structure of DNA. This is the second note is hydrogen bonding between the bases in each pair. When the guanine is paired with the cytosine, the hydrogen bonds can be formed between these bases. Here we can observe this, the structure of adenine, thymine. So they are simply fused to hydroxyl group with elimination of water to get a hydrogen bonds can be formed between the bases of the compounds. So this is about the proteins and nucleic acid chapter. So this is the reference. Thank you for watching. Thank you.